Good afternoon, everyone. We are in Prague, the cultural capital of Europe, and it's our honor to be here and represent our school, Junior High School of Dionysos, in the third European Educational Conference. Sorry. Our presentation's title is Traveling Through Time, and it is about the astronomical clock of Prague. In the past, there was a necessity for time measurement, so the astronomers started observing the day-night alternation, the appearance of seasons, the movement of constellations of visible stars, and the phases of the moon, and that observation led to the creation of the concept of time and the need to define and measure it. The first devices of time measurement in Europe. The ancient Greek astronomers were the first ones to measure time using devices such as the gnomon, the hourglass, the astrolabe, and the solar watch. Thus, many centuries later, in the 14th century, the first astronomical clocks appear in Europe. First, the astronomical clock of Padua in Italy in 1344, and after 10 years, the astronomical clock of Strasbourg in France in 1354.
The astronomical clock of Padua, the mysterious jewel of the city. The Orlo, a paraphrase of the Greek word orologion, is the third astrological clock in Europe in chronological order of construction, having been installed on the south wall of the city's old town hall in 1410. Milestone dates for its creation. 1364, the town hall tower is being built. 1410, the astronomical clock is set. 1490, the calendar disc is restored and installed. 1659, the figures around the astronomical clock are added. 1791, the apostles are placed. And 1866, monumental are created. The composition of the clock column. At first, we can see the animated figures. 6059, the procession of the apostles, 1787 to 1791. Then we can see the dial of the mechanical astronomical clock, 1410. And then we can see the calendar dial Ganus 1490.
The dial of the clock, astronomical information and geocentric view of the universe. 3 wheels of equal diameter drive an equal number of rotating indexes. Displays information about the positions of the sun, moon, zodiacal constellations, and sometimes the major planets. The index of a gilded representation of a human palm and a radiant sun. The palm shows the time on 2 24-hour scales, the outer and the inner. On the outside, the Arabical numerals indicate the old Czech time. On the inside, the Latin numerals indicate the time of Central Europe as we use it today. The sun goes around the zodiac and shows sidereal time. The index sphere moon. The black-silver sphere performs 1 rotation per month, while the same sphere performs, showing the various phases of the moon. The black color prevails in the phase of the new moon. The silver color prevails in the full moon, and the combination of black and silver color prevails in its intermediate phases.
The index with the gold star performs 1 rotation per year around the ring of the 12 zodiac signs and shows the apparent orbit, the constellations, and stars. On the same dial, we see 3 colors that indicate something different. The light blue is the bright part of the 24 hours, the red, the twilight, the dark gray, the night.
On the other dial of the clock, we see the painted disk of Manes. The outer circular ring shows the 365 days of the year with the corresponding saints' holidays. In the next ring, we see the 12 circular images from Bohemian rural life that allegorically symbolize the even number months of the year. The painted disk of Manes. The next tiny ring shows the 12 smaller circular representations of the zodiac symbol. The innermost small fixed central disk depicts the top of the Prague castle, which is its coat of arms.
Animated figures, the procession of the apostles. The procession of the apostles. The apostles move in circles, led by the apostle Peter through two small satyrs. When time in the form of Charon strikes, pulling the rope with his right hand and turning over the hourglass of sand he holds in his left hand, he reminds people that another hour of earthly wandering has passed. Then the rooster crows and the clock tells the time. Animated figures of the dial of the clock. Here we can see the allegorical representation of human vices, with personifications of vanity, usury, lignia, and time. Animated figures of the calendar dial. Justice in the form of the Archangel Michael, the punishing angel, and commerce on the left, science and research on the right.
Animated figures, events, and automation. The movement of the apostles and the heads of the statuettes, while the clock simultaneously performs normal function, reveals an automation, that is, a form of analog robot, which for that time was innovative.
The statue of justice. The cosmic justice of the universe is related to social justice. The sword is a timeless symbol of the power of law, manifesting the need for real punishment and power over life and death. The scale symbolizes impersonality and equality in the administration of justice in ancient Greece.